Hello and welcome to Reality TV Cringe. I am one of your hosts, Delia, and I'm here with my real tight homegirl and my daughter-in-law, Beatrice. How you doing, Beatrice?
Hey, everybody.
You ready to get back into some Sister Wives rewinds, honey?
I'm ready to rock.
We are going to be starting season 4 of the Sister Wives show.
Yes.
And it's an interesting episode, this one, because there's a lot going on. And I think there's layers, things that are hiding under the surface that we need to get into.
Yes.
Before we do, definitely want to give you a disclaimer. Please hide your wife and hide your kids. This is a politically incorrect podcast, which means we may say stuff that offends you. And we're frequently very dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, especially Beatrice. Our opinions are... You never can tell. So if you're sensitive, you might want to get out of this dumpster. But if you're down and you like to party, this is the dumpster for you. So welcome.
Yeah. And if you are down and ready to party, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Reality TV Cringe. And we've got a Patreon. Join us there where we have ad-free episodes, bonus podcast episodes, bonus video reaction episodes, and uncensored weekly versions of the pod.
Wow, that's a lot.
So much.
And if you are watching on YouTube, please don't forget to like, to comment, to share, and subscribe. Every single thing that you do helps us in the algorithm. And plus, we learn a lot, especially on Sister Wives Day.
Yes.
Because all of you raccoons know so much more than we do. And I'm usually the one on YouTube that's like monitoring comments. And I learn something new every single time. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Some of these people, I'm like, you guys are bigger fans than us.
I know. And that's wild.
I know. I love it.
Because we love us some Sister Wives.
Yes, Beau.
Now, before we get into this first episode of season 4, there was an article that I wanted to go over. You know, I'm always on the Google, honey.
Yeah.
I get what we call the Google alerts for Sister Wives. And so anytime something happens in the force, if there is a disturbance, I hear about it. And so last Friday, the Meri Brown, you know her, right?
Yeah, I've heard of her.
She does these things called Friends on
Friday
Fridays,
with Friends.
whatever, on Instagram. She gets up there. She has cocktails, I think, with Jen, and they do their thing.
Yeah.
Well, this last Friday, she was up with Jen and Amos.
Ooh.
Now, in case you didn't watch last week, Amos is Meri's new boyfriend. And she's doing a hard launch of this guy.
Yeah.
And so I guess in that live that she did with Jen asked some questions to Meri and Amos, and ET Online covered it. Do you want to get into it?
Yes.
Okay, this article is titled Sister Wives star Meri Brown's new boyfriend reveals he has 3 ex-wives.
Damn.
And calls out Meri's red flag.
What?
Holy shit.
What's
He's
her
calling
red flag?
Meri. I want to know. All right. Article reads as follows. Meri Brown's new boyfriend, Amos, is revealing more about himself to fans. Shortly after the reality star introduced her new man on Instagram last week, Amos made an appearance on the Sister Wives star's regular Fridays with Friends Instagram live session. To mark the occasion, Meri's pal Jen Sullivan quizzed Amos. I am not related to Kody in any way, Amos said, laughing, when Jen asked if he was related to Meri's ex-husband, Kody Brown. Through her questioning, Jen also revealed that Amos and Meri have both had 1 bankruptcy each, and that Amos has had 3 ex-wives.
Damn.
Wow. What? Meri replied to the news, seemingly surprised. I sort of have 3 ex-sister wives and an ex-husband, so I guess I beat you. Jen also asked Amos for his thoughts about the TLC star's public persona. Can you tell me if Meri being an ex-polygamist in the public eye on a television show raised any red flags, Jen asked. Yes, he said. Yes, it was a little. Meri shared that she revealed her background with sister wives and living in polygamy during their second conversation. I think it was the second time we talked, she said. He was like, yeah, I'm really a private person. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, these don't sound like 50-year-old people. Jesus Christ, but they sound like me, so whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I am not on social media. I'm a really private person. I don't let a lot of people into my life. And I'm like, oh, so how private are you really, though? Meri also opened up about their early romance. The first night that we went out, she says, he hugged me. And honestly, it was the best hug. I just stood there and let him keep hugging me. It was just a really very, very safe hug. Everything is so fucking safe with these people. Or
Safe or
unsafe with these people.
unsafe.
I feel safe. My walls are going up. I don't feel safe. Oh, we're happy,
Wow.
she says, and we like each other a lot. Jen tried to get extra personal with her questions, asking about which base the couple had gotten to. Oh my God.
Shit.
I thought first base was the only one that mattered. That's all I'm used to, Meri quipped. I mean, there is a potential for a home run. Oh my goodness, can we stop?
Oh.
Meri then locked lips with her man on camera, admitting that her dog Zona gets jealous when they kiss. And she said, I did pursue him.
Oh, so she was on the dating apps like I fucking said,
Do you think so?
bitch. Yes, of course.
She could have met him at a gas station. He was rolling in on his Harley with his baseball cap turned to the back, looking fly, looking handsome.
You think this guy rides a Harley? I hope so.
Well, I mean, maybe.
that
probably.
would be my fake psychic prediction
Something
would come
like
true.
that. Okay, but let's just break this down, shall we?
Yes.
3 ex-wives. How old is this guy? He's like 50, 55,
Yeah.
late 40s.
I mean, some people may consider that a red flag, but I'm like, what's the context? Like, what happened in the divorces? Did he leave all of them? Was he
Right.
a cheater? Were they cheating on him? Like, what happened? Did he get married hella young and
Right.
got divorced after 2 years? Like,
Yeah, I think context is important. I would like to know kind of what led to his divorces, but it's none of my business.
Yeah.
And also in this day and age, year of our Lord 2024, like we're not staying in marriages if we're not happy.
Right.
If they're not bringing us joy or if there's something problematic going on, it's super easy to just get out of it. And this is my third marriage. I don't know if you know that about me.
yeah.
I'm married to your father-in-law. But so I was married. The first time I was married, I was 18 years old. I was
Yeah.
really young and stupid and dumb.
You were a child.
Yeah. And then my second marriage was, a little older than that, but I was still super dumb.
Yeah.
And shit happens.
Yeah.
It never deterred anybody I dated.
I was going to ask.
No.
Well, but didn't your husband, though, say it was kind of a little bit of a red flag for him at first?
I think he said did he?
Yeah, I think he had said he was like, well, it made me question it, but I mean, he was too obsessed with you at that point.
Well, and why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be? But the thing I liked about him
Yeah.
was that he had never been married.
Ever.
He had no children.
Yeah.
And he hadn't been with somebody, like hadn't had a girlfriend for quite some time, because
Wow.
one thing I don't want is baby mama drama.
Hell no.
Already dealt with that. Don't want any part of that. And so I love that about him, and he didn't mind that about me. And so
Yeah.
he became my third husband. It does happen. To be fair, I do think I would think about that.
Yeah, like it's something you think about in a relationship with
Yeah.
somebody. But I mean, Mary's divorced now, so it's like it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm like, whatever. What's the context? Let's talk about it, and then I'll make my decision from there.
Well, he's very private, so he's not going to be talking about it with you, Beatrice.
Well, people are gonna find that shit out.
What did you
girl.
think of Meri equating her one marriage with 4 different people to his 3 previous separate relationships?
Girl, she's equating things that are not equal.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not the same thing. And Kody divorced your ass like literally like 12 something years ago when
Right.
he got the legal divorce. So I mean, it doesn't really count, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not the same thing.
No.
Then there's the matter of the bankruptcies, and I'm like, who
Yeah.
the fuck cares? And I guess according to Reddit, they looked it up. His bankruptcy was some time in the early aughts. So we're talking like 15 to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe it happened when it was the big housing crash, and who knows, but I don't think that matters.
No, it's not that big of a deal. As long as he's not coming in with thousands of dollars of credit card debt like Robyn Brown.
From
you know?
Victoria's Secret.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it could be worse. And like people do that to kind of like get out of a bunch of debt and then, reset their financial lives and then get better. And then it falls off your credit after a while.
Yes.
So it's like not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but like it's kind of sad that they would even have to address that on an Instagram live. And it's
Yeah.
only because of the out of control, feral, whacked out raccoons in the dumpster
Yep.
who are looking shit up. I was actually way more interested in her bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Because I think Christine had declared bankruptcy before. I know that declaring bankruptcy is kind of a common thing that they do in polygamy to kind of move money around and
Yep.
things of that nature. But I didn't know that Meri had.
Yeah, and I wonder when that happened. It was probably to fund some of Robyn's house or something.
Or like their early homes, maybe?
Oh, maybe. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I think so. Remember, because it was Janelle who had to come in, I think, take out loans and like save the whole family and get them a new house or something.
Right.
So that I thought was interesting. And then I have to talk to you, though, about the bases.
Yeah. So what's first base, first rates? Like touching boobs or what? Or is it just kissing?
No, I mean, I think it's kissing. I
That's
think it's
it?
just basic kissing. I think second base might be
Feeling up.
and then third base is oral, and then what?
I'm just
You're
kidding.
a lesbian. You love that shit. And then fourth base is like PIV.
Oh, PB and vajayjay.
Penetration.
Oh my God.
That's right.
So she's talking about home run potential PB and vajayjay.
Right. So that means to me that maybe they haven't had a home run yet, which I cannot believe.
That's surprising.
But even more, I think, interesting than that is the fact that she said, I thought there was only first base. That's where what does she say exactly? Yeah, she says, that's all I'm used to is first base.
Yikes.
Harkening back, I think, to her not being touched at all.
Well, and if she's
By
talking
Kody Brown.
about the hug too, like that
Oh
was
my
the
God.
safest hug of. I'm like, dang. So Kody wasn't even hugging
No
you.
touch.
He wasn't kissing you. Wasn't even.
No attention.
Not even a finger.
No love.
Oh my God, that's
She's
sad.
been desperate for it. I have to tell you intuitively with my fake psychic hat
Yeah.
on, I'm like, I don't know about this Amos guy.
Why?
Like versus, for example, how I feel about David Woolley. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like he was very intentional. I think that he really is into and loves Christine. And of course, it's very early with Amos and Meri, but there's just some sort of like an opportunistic vibe
A little bit.
that I get from Amos, and knowing that he's been married 3 times, wondering about what happened with that. I am
Yeah.
just a little worried for Meri because, again, she's so starved for affection
Yeah.
that she could just take it from the first person who offers anything.
Right. And if
And what
anybody's
if it's
going to do that,
Amos?
she's so naive too.
She is. She's
Like,
innocent in that way, I think.
mean, totally. Well, and if she's been celibate for like 10, 12 years or whatever, like maybe she's really taking it slow with Amos. But then at that point, I'm like, why are you introducing us to him? Unless he's going to be on season 19. But I mean, like, you could have done a big reveal on season 19. I don't know. It just feels weird that she's like bringing him up when they're not like really that serious. Like if they haven't had PP and vajayjay sex, if they're not moved in yet, like because Christine brought up David Woolley like after a couple months and they were already moved in together. They were totally fucking by that time.
100%.
They were already planning their marriage.
Yep.
So I don't know. It just seems a little.
I think she's sprung. I think she's so excited.
For
I
what? She
think
has
it
got the
sets
dick,
her
though.
up really to be very hurt. And that's what worries me about it. And it's like you can get dick anywhere. Can I just say that?
For real.
Dick is everywhere on every corner.
It's so easy.
There's a proliferation of dick everywhere. You don't have to go after the first dick that looks at you
And hugs you because you think it feels safe.
I know. So I just caution.
Oy.
Caution. So I'm a little worried about that. But I thought that was very interesting. I love, though, seeing her on the Instagram live. She's having so much fun. She obviously feels like she can open up. She
Yeah.
can tell more of her business. She's not always fucking protecting Kody and Robyn and gatekeeping that whole shit.
Right.
Like, she seems happy.
I hope she is happy. I hope he rides a Harley. I hope they do end up fucking eventually. I hope he eats the box.
Eat the box.
Real good.
Bang the box. Eat the box. Eat the box.
Yeah.
Me too. That's what I want for Meri.
I hope they're trying different positions. I hope
Amen.
it's great.
Amen. Okay, now let's get into this episode of Sister Wives Rewinds. We are talking season 4, episode 1, entitled Sister Wives Separated. And in this first episode of season 4, we've got Christmas. We've got Robyn. She just gave birth to King Solomon. She also offered Meri surrogacy within 5 seconds of giving birth to King Solomon, which was weird.
Totally weird.
We have a fight with Gabe and Garrison, which I thought was interesting.
Yep.
We have Christine's Hanukkah celebration in lieu of Joseph Smith Day.
Which is so weird to
It's
me.
really weird.
Like, what the fuck?
And then we have, of course, the beginning of the cul-de-sac journey and also My Sister Wives Closet.
Yes, bitch.
So
This is when shit starts getting good.
why?
I mean, I've already been watching this season
Yeah.
low key in my off time and everything, but like you start seeing all of these dynamics pop up, and like the issues with Christine and Kody are right at the get go, dude. Like they've been having problems from the beginning. I think this episode's the beginning of the end for sure.
Yeah, well, it's already been happening.
Yeah.
So like later in this episode, Christine and Kody are sitting down like on Christmas, and they're talking about their relationship, and he's asking if he's out of the doghouse yet. And she's basically saying, well, you come, really late to my house, and then you leave really early.
Yikes.
Which is interesting because in season 18, obviously, this is something that came up, the scheduling, and how he often did that with the other wives. He skipped out on their time, and we're already seeing it season 4. But so this is 2011 though.
Ish, yeah.
Ish, right? So Sister Wives started in 2010. So it's really only the second year that the family has been together, and he's already exhibiting this kind of behavior, favoritism, really.
Yes, because Robyn came into the picture. He's banging her all the time, and he's over Christine. He's only like, pumping up Janelle and like giving her the Renaissance in Las Vegas because she's holding the money at this point, I
Probably.
think. And he's probably not fucking Meri.
No, I don't think so.
Like, so
Based on what she said in this last season, like it's been going on for about 10 years. And so we're talking about this time.
like right around this time, and
Yeah.
then she has the affair in Vegas. So big yikes.
Yeah, so this was interesting. We start with Robyn and Meri going out together to do some Christmas shopping because Christine doesn't like to. And we already know Janelle is not down
Absolutely
to go
not.
hang out with the chicks.
No, she's working also.
Right. She's the only one that's working. What is she doing though? Is she a real estate agent here?
Yeah, it's like real estate stuff. Like this whole season's kind of about like what they're making, what their whole business is about and everything. And they're trying to do the My Sister Wives Closet, which we know is a massive failure. And Janelle's like starting to do her real estate thing. 'Cause she's like, I like it. So,
Because I'm out of the house.
Yeah.
And I don't have any parental responsibility.
yep.
And I don't really like any of you people.
Nope.
Except my own children. And so they go to some shop and they start shopping for the other sister wives, picking out jewelry.
Yeah.
And Christine on the couch is like, yeah, I don't really like to go and fawn all over different artifacts. I would prefer to just be on my own. Thank you.
Yeah, which I thought was a little bit of a dig at Robyn and Meri too, because she's like, oh yeah, they love to just look at things and be like, isn't this pretty? Don't you love this? And she's like totally making fun of them. You can feel the tension on the couch, which is really interesting. But granted, Robyn at the shop is like picking the most ugly, gaudy fucking rings and stuff. And she's like, oh, Christine would love this. I'm like, do you even know Christine? She's not wearing rings like that. Big gaudy butterflies. And
I don't
stuff like
know,
that.
but do we think that Robyn is doing that maliciously, or is that like Robyn just shopping her own taste for Christine?
It might be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of passive aggressiveness.
Right.
So
But I think we can really see the continued bonding that's happening between Robyn and Meri, because at this point, in terms of the power dynamic, Meri is still the legal wife.
yeah.
Meri still has status, position, and place. She's losing it. I think her situation with Kody is already eroding, already going downhill. And so it is in Robyn's best interest to stay close to Meri.
Yeah.
But this isn't going to last for long.
No, it's really weird to see. Like she really is like holding on to Meri because Mary's her only hope. Because Christine don't like her. Janelle could give a fuck less. It's really just Meri.
But even Christine understands that she has to make nice with Robyn, because if she doesn't, then she's going to be even more separated from Kody, because she can tell how close Kody is with Robyn, and they're soulmates. And we learned in season 18 that Kody was crying to his other wives about how much in love he was with Robyn. And so Christine is heartbroken.
Yes, totally. And so she's like, I've got to change my attitude because I know I haven't been the most or the nicest to her or the most welcoming. And I'm like, oh, yikes. That's coming straight from Kody's mouth, telling her you're being a bad sister wife to Robyn, which I mean, she probably is being a little bitchy.
Okay, but this is polygamy, and she should
Exactly.
have a grace period to accept the new wife. She expected to be the third wife.
Yep.
She did this very intentionally, and so she gets a year.
Yeah.
Like she just also had Truly, so she's got probably postpartum.
Right.
She's working out issues in her own hormones and in her own body. She wants to be close with Kody. She needs Kody to be there with her. He's not.
Yep.
So like it makes perfect sense that she's just not there yet. And that's okay.
Oh, totally. But there's no compassion for her feelings in this at all. Like, she's just being told you're being shitty, and Robyn's crying herself to sleep every night from the way that you're treating her. So you better be better.
And it's not just Christine. She's also doing this. Robyn is also doing this with, for example, Hunter and some of the kids that we learned she held grudges against for years. She's still talking about this shit in the year of our Lord 2023. So like all of these things are happening right now, and I'm here for it. I'm fascinated. Too. The next thing we talk about is the Hanukkah celebration.
Yes.
Which I wanted to get into, especially as we're talking about Robyn, because I'm wondering why that tradition of Christine celebrating Joseph Smith's birthday, which she did in her family all of her life. Her mother, Annie, did it in their household. Like once Robyn comes, she no longer is able to celebrate Joseph Smith's birthday. Now, Kody kind of makes it about, well, people say, you know, we worship Joseph Smith. And so I kind of want to put some distance there. But I'm wondering if maybe Robyn's involved.
Yeah, I thought that too, because it seemed like it was everybody kind of ganging up on Christine about it. And Christine's like taking it personally. And Kody writes that off like, oh, she's just being dramatic because, you know, she's taking it personally that none of us want to celebrate Joseph Smith's birthday. I'm like, but you've been doing it with Christine's family this whole entire time.
And your own family for many years.
So why is it a big issue? And so then Christine comes up with another celebration, which I'm just like, why do you pick Hanukkah? Why? I think that's weird.
I think it's kind of strange. And I've read like people comment on Reddit and maybe even on YouTube that there's a lot of like Jewish appropriation that Kody does.
That's so weird.
And I forget what this is in context of, but I think that for Christine, it is well-intentioned. She likes the lights of Hanukkah.
Right.
And our Heavenly Father put the lights inside of us, and we must go forth and shine our lights before men. That's as deep as Christine's going.
Right.
But that scene in and of itself really kind of demonstrated to me how Christine really was the heart of that family.
Totally.
And the person who put together like the family events and the parties and the meaningful times that they spent together.
Right. And I could totally tell it was like her attempt just to try and keep some kind of a tradition alive within her family, doing this weird Hanukkah celebration, because Kody was probably talking shit about Joseph Smith's birthday and being like, you shouldn't celebrate that anymore because it's stupid. So figure out something else. Like she's just trying to make it so it's pleasant for Kody to be at her house because he don't want to be there.
Right.
He want to be in Robyn's pussy.
Yep.
I mean house.
Right. He can't wait to get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that to be very interesting. After this, Kody takes 4 of the littles out to shop for siblings and mothers, and I thought it was interesting, and I only mentioned this because it was a nothing burger. The girl's like, oh, I'll just get this, and he shops with them. But he doesn't seem comfortable to me with the girls.
Yeah.
In particular.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's like a part of their religion or culture, because Ethel's kind of talked to me about like polygamy and stuff like that. The men kind of compete with each other, and they're kind of weird with the daughters. So maybe it's that, or maybe it's just him putting on a show,
right?
You know, for TLC, like, look at me, I'm a good dad.
That's
and I'm
what
present.
It felt like. Yep.
And like he's not actually doing that on the reg.
Right. It felt like he was putting it on for the cameras, and like this is not something he would normally want to do, and definitely would not do.
Which is just crazy to me, because I'm like, you could just literally take your daughters out for like dinner at some place where kids eat free, and like it's easy peasy, and like they would enjoy that. Like me and my sister used to do that with our dad. We'd have daddy-daughter dates on Sundays and stuff. Like, and you can be a present dad, but he doesn't want to be.
No.
That's what's so fucked up about it. He's like, yeah, I'll take these kids over to shop.
Right.
So it looks like I'm a good present person.
But it felt fake. It felt false to me.
Hella fake.
After this, we take the entire family out to some mountain where they are going to cut down their own Christmas tree. We see Kody hacking away at the Christmas tree, and then Hunter, and then Logan, and then they push it over. It falls into a bunch of other trees, and a lot of the branches break, and they do things like the Browns do, haphazardly, without a whole lot of thought.
That would stress me the fuck out. Like this family, they do this all the time. They just do things haphazardly for the TV, and it's just a fucking shit show every time.
know.
I'm like, this wasn't a pleasant time.
Through.
Yeah.
Just go to a Christmas tree lot.
Go to Lowe's.
It's already go to Lowe's. It's already go to the fucking Dominic's or to the Kroger. It's fine. You don't have to go cut your tree down for a family adventure.
No, it's
and
embarrassing.
It was very much a Charlie Brown tree, which I personally think is very sweet.
Yeah.
But as they're trying to affix it to the top of somebody's car, Gabe and Garrison get into a physical brawl, and Gabe, the younger and smaller of the two, punches him right in his nose.
I know.
Which I was like, go Gabe.
I know.
Get him.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then Kody, well, no, it was Janelle having to discipline the boys. And this brings up the whole conversation of like how Kody isn't always the one involved in bad punishment, which I guess kind of makes it kind of makes sense a little bit, because Meri says, you know, Kody doesn't want to be the bad guy all the time.
I don't think he's ever the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know that he noticed anything was happening when there's a physical altercation between his children. And when Christine was setting up Hanukkah Day, he's just in the Barca lounger, sleeping as everybody's doing everything. And all of the adult kids or not adult, but the older kids are parentified and taking care of the little kids. And he's not a part of it at all. And so Janelle is in this parking lot trying to figure out what's going on. And I just thought it was an interesting dynamic. She's like, Gabe and Garrison are fighting all the time.
Yikes.
Constantly. Like, I personally think if you have a father available for young men, like, he needs to be way more involved and way more present, especially when something like this is happening. But Kody didn't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't care at all. And then I think, doesn't he come and talk to them at some point, and he's like giving them a lecture of like, if you do this as an adult, you'll get arrested, so don't do it again.
That was on the couch. He didn't even talk to them.
He didn't even
talk to them. That was on the couch with the other women.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah, like, if you do this when you're my age, you're going to go to jail. Like, that was his lecture, but it was to all of us, not his own kids.
Okay, good job, Dad.
So he's checking out.
Yeah.
By season 4, Kody is absolutely checking out
of everything.
Yes. After this, they arrive at their Christmas rental. They have rented a 10-bedroom vacation rental, which was booty AF. I'm so bougie. I was watching everything. There was like an air conditioned unit in every bedroom. I was looking at that foyer, and I was looking at that wood paneling and that dark tile. I'm like, no, I would never stay in a house like that. But you know, TLC is paying for it.
They had to, right? Because they couldn't afford that shit.
I don't know. Well, they're going to be able to afford the cul-de-sac. We'll get there.
We will get there.
But they all run in and they start trying to pick their rooms, and Kody's trying to tell everybody where they should be, and the wives are like, just stay out of it, bub.
Yeah, chill out.
Dope.
We'll pick our own rooms, thank you.
You make everything worse.
I know, he really does.
We don't need you. You're superfluous.
This is where Kody brings up in season 18, like, oh, you guys didn't care about me at all. Because you wouldn't let me make the decisions as a man in the house.
Because you made everything harder. And you don't listen. Like, the women were working it out where they wanted their own rooms, and you're not even paying attention to what they want, because it's the Kody Brown show.
Always. 100%. And Christine gets a room without a bathroom. So weren't there like 2 masters or something that they were fighting over? They
weren't fighting over it. Like, one of the master bedrooms the wives didn't want.
Yeah, I wonder
why. And Kody was trying to put a wife in one of the, we call them primary bedrooms now, but they didn't want it. And Christine's like, no, I'll stay at the top of the stairs. I don't need a bathroom. It's fine. Basement wife mindset.
Yeah.
You're manifesting your now and your future based on how you feel about yourself, Christine, and you see yourself in a basement, and now you get the worst fucking room.
And you always like just accept that kind of treatment. And I feel bad for her, man, because she's programmed into thinking that that's okay. And like, oh, I'm being a good wife because I'll take the shittiest end of the stick.
Right.
While Meri gets her fucking mansion with a wet bar and shit, and I'll just stay in this bedroom.
Sacred suffering and sacred loneliness.
Facts.
We're seeing it right now on the television. Before we even get to the Christmas rental booty home, we have to pack up all the shit, though, to get there, right?
And it's a mess.
It's always a mess.
The Browns, so
you would think that after all these years, you'd have some kind of a protocol, like kids get into the car here's how we load up. This is the time frame we have. We're on the road at this time. But it's always fucked up.
And they have to bring so much shit. Like Mary's packing up her car. Well, no, first of all, Janelle and them, they're all packing up their cars and they have all the older kids. And Janelle's like, yeah, I'm pretty lucky that I've got all these teenagers that can do all my dirty work, which is great. Christine, kind of same thing. And then we get to Mary's house and she's like calling for Leon to help. And Leon's not helping her at all. I'm like, you're the only kid. Like, help out your mom.
Right.
So Mary's packing up everything by herself, but then we get to Robyn.
Of course.
And Robyn's got like nothing packed. Like nothing's organized. She's throwing shit into trash bags. And then Janelle's kids come over to help her pack everything because she can't do it on her own.
Right. And so Logan and Hunter take over, pack her all up, get her car loaded. And poor Meri is there having to do everything by herself. And then Kody rolls up and he's like, so what time are we getting out of here?
Yeah. Are you ready yet?
Mary's like, I'm literally loading my car by myself because nobody loves me. I mean, if you could just say hi to me first and then help me load some of this shit, you POS.
For real, though.
You useless man.
For real.
So that was sad. But then they get to the Christmas house.
Yeah.
And everybody's excited because it's so big. And I also think it is representative of the way at this time Kody and a lot of the kids and wives maybe want to live in one big house.
Yep. But they never end up getting there. And it's really fucking sad.
Yeah.
And like, I know Kody keeps making comments like, all of my dream is just to have 4 houses like right around each other so I can walk to each of them. I'm just tired of having to fucking drive and split my time. It's exhausting. It's a lot. And it's just like not really a priority for them. Like they do the cul-de-sac and stuff, but even then that sucks. I don't know. I just feel bad. And then I forgot to mention before when they were packing up everything, Meri made a comment on the couch where she's like, well, I can do it all by myself. I don't need help. Robyn.
That's right. Yeah. She didn't say Robyn, but she was definitely directing that to Robyn. And Robyn was like, because I never get any help. I always have to do it by myself. Mary's like, yeah, I'm fine to do that though.
Yeah, I can handle it.
I'm organized. I'm definitely independent. It's all right. Yeah, I felt like that was a dig to Robyn as well.
Totally.
So then we get to the nativity play that Leon puts together.
That was cringe.
None of Leon's siblings actually want to partake in. I did notice, of course, with my deft raccoon eyes, that Aurora got to be the Virgin Mary and Solomon got to be Jesus.
Interesting placement
and all the
there.
other kids were just animals.
The shepherds, unimportant character.
Right. A star. But it was Robyn's kids that got to be the holy ones.
Of course.
That was cringe, but I mean, also kind of sweet and wholesome.
I mean, they're kids. We all did cringe ass fucking shit as kids.
Well, Leon seemed really invested, and also they got very, I don't know, they seemed sensitive to me.
Yes.
Like when the other kids weren't into it and they were making fun of Leon, like Leon got upset about it. It was kind of cute.
Leon's like, why? Why didn't you like the play? And they're like, because it was dumb.
It's the story of Jesus. What are you talking about?
It's really funny watching these early episodes of Leon because of the dramatic change after this. Because I think in like a couple years, Leon will come out as gay.
Yeah.
And then have a girlfriend and then, so... interesting.
But also Leon was the one who got to narrate the whole thing. Leon was the only one that was actually talking the entire time. All the other kids were just trying to shuffle about and stand in a certain way. But it was Leon who kind of had the spotlight, which I think is also very Leon of Leon.
Of course.
So after that, we get to Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Of course, last season, season 3, they were all up at the log cabin and we kind of got to see how they celebrate the holidays, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I thought this day was also really nice. What did you think?
I thought it was really sweet and wholesome. Like everybody's opened up their gifts. Everybody, seems to like it. Savannah's little homemade gift to Leon was so cute.
Oh my God. It was like a shoebox. Yeah. With like a picture that she drew of 4 houses right next to each other where I guess she wants everybody to live.
And she put like rocks or something in the box to make the sound of the car. I thought that was so freaking cute.
Yeah, really, really sweet.
Wholesome.
So all of the kids exchange gifts with each other, which is sweet.
Yeah.
And then we get to the presents that Kody gives to his wives. And I'm leaning forward in my sofa.
Girl,
I'm putting on the closed captions so I understand what everybody gets. And so we have Meri getting a necklace with rubies and diamonds, We have Christine getting a ring that she asked for specifically for her Christmas present. So she got it. We have Janelle getting a tablet.
Yeah.
Which I think is like, all of these are so perfect for the wives. And then Robyn getting a guitar.
Which is nice.
Very nice. And then the wives got a present for Kody. They all pitched in for a gift and they got him some exotic gun.
Yeah, which you asked your husband about.
I immediately called him in. I'm like, what is this gun that he's holding? And he told us what it was.
It's like a P90 or something.
And then he said it was probably in 2011 it was probably $1,000 gun. And then he's like, the sight on it was probably $500.
Yeah.
And he's like, in 2024 you're looking at a couple grand.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And so I'm like, oh, so they spent money on his gifts. So I think the Browns at this point, season 4, I think year 2, they are getting some money in from TLC. They're obviously thinking about where they're going to live. And we're seeing it a little bit in the gifts.
Oh, totally. And it shows like Kody's personality a bit. And same thing with Robyn's. Like they like bougie shit. They like expensive gifts. Like they're not practical like Janelle. Like Janelle's like, give me a fucking tablet. Right. I don't need no rubies or diamonds.
Let me watch my YouTube. Oh, you couldn't back then. But yeah, let me just do what I want to do and leave me alone.
Yes. Let me read my romance novels.
Yeah. What?
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 I'm calling you out. She's been obsessed with reading romance novels lately.
Well, I thought to myself, I'm like, self, you need to read more. Like all you do is watch fucking reality TV for all of these raccoons. Maybe you could read a book, you dummy.
Yeah.
And so then I decided upon the romance genre.
Yeah. Hashtag smut.
Hashtag porn. And so the last 30 days I've read 10 books, which is not a ton, but
that's a lot.
I also began I didn't finish, but I like read a lot of other books as well. And then I just didn't finish them because I didn't like them. But I am a romance librarian. I've been having a great time. What?
I'm not judging.
I'm smart.
You're reading more books than me. I ain't reading shit.
That's true. Well, how did we get here from the Christmas gifts for the Browns?
Oh, that Janelle's reading books on her tablet.
Maybe she is. I hope she's enjoying herself.
Yeah.
And then Robyn has some special gifts from her to the other sister wives. They open it up and it's a necklace, or is it 3 necklaces? It looks like a necklace with 3 charms.
Yeah, I think it's a necklace with charms or a bracelet with charms or something, but it's the ugliest fucking design I've ever seen.
Those fucking ghoul hands, those corpse hands, clattering corpse hands
that are like this.
So bad.
And the weird crown thing.
Yeah. Is that like Mary's heart?
I don't know.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Does it have thorns around it or something? I don't know.
Balls up.
And then there was like the claddagh, right?
Yeah.
These are my designs. These are the first designs for my sister wife's closet. She was so happy.
So excited.
She was beaming. And this is the first time that we hear anything about my sister wife's closet. So they've already been thinking about this. They've hatched a plan.
Yep.
She's already got this business idea and she's clearly super excited about it.
Oh my God. And just wait till we get to those episodes, dude. It's so great. Why? Because the wives just like don't give a fuck. And they go to these expos and stuff.
The jewelry's fucking booty. It's ugly.
Bad. And they go to these expos and they're like super expensive. Like their jewelry they're selling it is for way too expensive for most people. Like everybody looks at it and they're like, this is booty. I'm not paying $90 for this charm bracelet. Like why?
Right.
And it's a massive failure and I can't wait to watch the demise of it with you.
And don't they like pitch my sister wife's closet to like some investors?
And it's bad.
And it's super cringe.
Oh my God, they valued the company. They valued it at over 12 million.
Shut up.
I'm dead ass serious. Episode when we get to it, they're going to these Shark Tank people, not really Shark Tank, but like they're going to these investors like Shark Tank and pitching a whole thing. And they're like, yeah, so based on our 4 sales, we value our company at 12 million. And the investors like laugh in their face.
Based on what?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Cody and his business expertise.
That's fantastic.
It's going to be so good when we get to it. It's so funny.
And as we know, like I don't think my sister wife's closet is defunct. I think there's still a website.
Yeah.
I just don't know that they've sold anything.
No, they have nothing on it.
I keep hearing rumors that like there's somebody that's working on the site or working on the products, but like there's not a whole lot of activity, let's just say.
No, because nobody's going to buy those, Robyn. I mean, like, it's a cool dream.
She's excited.
She's creative. She's super happy about it.
Right.
The wives are kind of faking their excitement too. They're like,
God,
oh my God,
these
it's
are so beautiful. Would you look at how beautiful these are? So they can sell them at some point. They're just trying to shill their products.
It's bad.
It is. It's very cringy. So after all of the presents are exchanged, we get that scene with Christine and Kody up in her basement bedroom without her own bathroom. And she's looking at her ring and Cody's like, so am I out of the doghouse?
Yeah. Do you like your ring? I checked off the box, right? I got you this gift. Are we good now? And she's like, well, love, are we really going to bring it up right now on TV? Like, no, we have some things to work on. And he's like, well, what do we have to work on? Like, that's a red flag right there. He doesn't even know.
He doesn't care, doesn't know. And she's like, well, like communication, like the fundamentals, the pillars of marriage, things like that.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, yeah, I guess we can do that. So Christine at some point brings up, I feel like you don't want to be around me or be with me at all. And Cody's like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, well, you come over to my house like at the latest possible hour and then leave like the second that you can. And it's just like that a lot. And he's like, well, you're accusing me, blah, 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 blah. And they something about communication.
Right. And he's like, well, what about you? You have to communicate too. And so he's not taking any responsibility.
None.
He seems very cavalier about it. And that reminds me, earlier in the episode, he says something like, well, Christina's changed.
Yeah.
You know, we've been to therapy and things like that, but you have to take accountability and responsibility for your part in things.
Okay.
And then they clip on over to Christine and she's like, personally, I'm great. I think I'm fine, but it's like together that we have an issue. So I think what Kody is saying is that Christine doesn't think she's doing anything wrong and that she doesn't have to change anything. And so for him, that's a problem. And you can kind of see it a little bit, though, when she responds. Like, yeah, I'm not the problem.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, maybe she's admitting in therapy, like, yeah, I'm jealous, because she has said that on TV. Like, she's admitting to her mistreatment of Robyn and stuff like that and how she's got to be better about it. So she's probably taking accountability. She's probably just not taking accountability for fucking everything,
right?
Because Kody doesn't want to admit that he's being a bad husband. Right.
And that he's already starting to steal time away from his other families and give that to Robyn. And Christine can see it plain as day.
Totally. And when she brings all of that up in this conversation in her basement bedroom, he's like, okay, well, yeah, it's both of us, though. Okay, I can agree to that. And then gives her a kiss.
And then he leaves.
And pats her on the back and leaves.
He pats her. It was weird. He pats her on.
He
is. I don't think he's attracted to her.
No.
I don't think he wants to be with her at all. I think she can feel that. I thought it was very ballsy of her to say, well, I don't think you want to be with me. You don't ever hang out with me. Like, you're never around. I mean, that was a pretty big thing to say on camera.
Yes. Well, that kiss made me so uncomfortable because I'm like, that's probably how their sex life is. Like, he just does it out of obligation, pity. Like, he comes and then he's done. He's like, okay, I gotta go now. Bye. Like, doesn't actually care about her. And I just feel bad for her. She looks sad.
She does, but like, I find her to be annoying as well. So, I mean, I feel like Kody doesn't know how to handle her, is not incentivized to try and work things out, and Christine doesn't know what to do either. So they're just going to fall apart more from here.
Yep.
We're seeing it plain as day.
100%.
So this episode ends with, after Christmas, Kody takes all of the kids over to the cul-de-sac because Robyn wants them to dream. They're going to fly some kites and they're going to really try to manifest this place for their next homes.
Yeah.
And so the kids are running around with kites and things of that nature. And I was just sitting there furiously counting the coins because I'm thinking to myself that they've had this show. This is the 4th season. So they've had 3 seasons of Sister Wives, right? The first season, they're not making a lot of money because they have not proved themselves yet. The second season, maybe they're making more money. Maybe they could negotiate a higher salary, but I still can't see TLC coming way out of their pockets and paying them a lot of money. And so I'm wondering to myself, how are you going to finance 4 separate, I want to say luxury homes, but I don't know if they're luxury
they're
homes.
really nice.
They're pretty nice.
Yeah.
4 separate luxury homes with nobody fucking working. I don't know if Janelle's selling real estate, but she ain't selling a lot if she is.
Right.
All they're doing is TLC. How are they going to be able to afford the houses?
Well, I feel like TLC is paying them a lot more than we think because like John and Nate plus Kate, they were making millions on that show.
Ultimately. But we're in the 2nd year of filming.
Yeah, but I mean, it was
There's
a commodity
no way
back
they're
then.
making, like, I think it's going to take them 3 to 5 years to like hit that apex of what they're bringing in from TLC. I feel like they're still proving themselves. Even if they're making $20,000 an episode and there's 11 episodes in this season. So, okay, you're making $250,000 and you're going to buy 4 luxury homes. You're going to build them out to spec.
Yeah.
Get a fucking wet bar and stuff.
Yeah. And they changed like a bunch of shit up on it. Like, if I remember correctly, when later in this season, when they talk about all of the coins and stuff, I think they like made a deal with the builder for like a special kind of financing for them since they're all owning these homes together. So like there's probably some weird fuckery going on there, and maybe they're pooling all of the TLC money together to like as a huge down payment or something. I don't know.
So creative financing with the builder.
Maybe that's when Meri does her bankruptcy.
I don't know. Gosh, that's interesting. So I'm going to want to learn more. And I was like looking through the thumbnails, and I think in about 3 episodes, they're going to see a mortgage lender to talk about it. And you told me that each woman is going to have to finance their own house. It's not like Kody's financing 4 homes. Right. The women have to qualify. And then I think Robyn's going to have some problems with that, right?
Yeah, like she ultimately ends up qualifying, but like I think it's Robyn and I think Christine don't have good credit. So like there's like a build up later in the season where they're like, oh, are we going to qualify? Are we going to make it in before next year's Christmas? Because we promised the kids. It's like this big old thing.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I can't wait to get to it. So is this when we start to hear more about Robyn's debt, like the debt that she brought into the family? Because they really haven't talked about it the first 3 seasons, but we talk about it a lot in the community. Like everybody knows she came in with like $30,000 to $40,000 to $70,000 worth of debt. And some of that was for Victoria's Secret, which people laugh about. Not a lot of it was, but like she had a lot of debt. I'm wondering where we learn that from. I'm wondering if we learn it like this season.
I think they maybe talk about it a little bit, but like it's the Browns, so we don't get a lot of details. Right. It's like Robyn being like, well, I had a lot of debt after my divorce and I'm just worried I'm not going to qualify. And like she cries about it and becomes a victim. And right. So it's just like a big old like Robyn show, and then it just deflects into my sister wife's closet. Right. More debt.
Okay. Well, I'm into it. Yeah. I'm into it because I really feel like this is where we get into the relationships totally and utterly falling apart, and the Browns start tap dancing to perform how happy they are. Yes. But we're going to be able to see it all. Yes, girl. Especially from the filter of season 18.
I can't wait. I'm loving it.
Well, I love it as well. Okay. Well, any final thoughts about what we watched? I thought, season 1, Kody, lots of levity. Yep. Lots of optimism, lots of goofball energy. Season 4, Kody, not so much.
No, he is losing it fast.
He's starting to get a little darker. Yep. Get a little more cynical, kind of check out of relationships, not just with the women, but with the kids as well. Yep. And so you're kind of seeing it.
Oh, totally. And he only lights up for Robyn too, if you've noticed. Like he smiles more when he just looks at her, but when it's the rest of the wives on the couch, he like does not give a fuck. Like you can feel it, and it's really sad. And for him to like deny all of this shit in season 18 when it's clear as fucking day, like Christine's calling you out for being unequal with your time, and you're gonna try and spin some bullshit in season 18 and say you were equal with your time. You knew it back then. Right. Yep. Dude, I can't.
It's good.
I know. I'm loving it.
And we're here for it. We will be back next week, this time to talk about it again. And we'll be back later this week to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, because I think we're wrapping up that season. And then we are going to do a prep show for Vanderpump Rules, because that starts next Tuesday, honey, on January 31st. This raccoon has never seen an episode of Vanderpump Rules, which, by the way, I can't believe that. How does one even do that, especially last year with the Scandival? Do you even know what that means, Beatrice?
No, but I saw all of the social media stuff, and I've got friends who watch it, and they're like, Beatrice, are you watching Vanderpump Rules? I'm like, no, bitch.
Okay, well, you better start. I'm gonna. We're meeting later this week. We're going to talk about the different cast of characters. I'm going to give you my toxic, rotted opinion on all of it. And then we're going to start covering that next week, in addition to these other shows. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All right. Until then, is there anything else we need to say to these beautiful raccoons, Beatrice?
Well, if you love our podcast, I sure hope you go onto your favorite podcast platform and give us a glowing 5-star review. It really helps us grow the pod. So thank you so much.
And until next time, never forget that we've got nothing but love for you, and peace out.
Bye.